We set this course, Rick. Who's next?
You are.
What's up, Sunday fams? The Lost and the Plunderers. This was a very interesting episode.
Yes, it was.
I think something really bad happened to, what's her name? The dumpster people's...
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Wow, this is a very professional show, as you can tell. But,
I mean, it depends on how memorable these people are. I mean, obviously, I know how she looks, but I don't remember her name. But she's the leader of the Junkrats, right?
The junkyard people, whatever
Yes.
they are. It seems like it's her fault. It's their fault. You
Yes,
know,
it is.
Like cutting a deal with Negan, then cutting a deal with Rick, cutting a deal with Negan, cutting a deal with Rick.
It's
You're
a
just
very
gonna end up
dangerous game.
messing it up, and she lost all of her people
Yeah.
because Simon couldn't take it anymore. And despite everything that Negan told him not to do,
Right.
he did it anyway.
And I think that's like a mark of things going downhill for the Saviors because, he has his generals and he lost one general in the previous episode, and now Simon seemingly is, second guessing Negan, and behind his back even disobeying his direct orders. And say what you will about Negan, you agree with his sentiment that these people are resources and they could work for you. And he just slaughtered the Junkrats and acted upon his agenda.
A lot was coming through my mind when Rick and Michonne decided to go back to the junkyard, and she was sitting there on top of her mountain of junk with like an underdress or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, something worse must have happened than her losing her people. I was hoping that it wasn't that worst case scenario where
Right.
they took advantage of her, and because she does look defeated, she does look like something went down really bad. I'm not sure. I don't know if they'll ever answer that, or they're just gonna leave that up in the air. But
She did look very, as you said, defeated, and she looked like she had been, kind of
abused.
run through the gauntlet, so to
Mhm.
speak.
I mean,
Now-
I felt for her. Like, everything from last episode with Carl's hope for the future, I would at least have thought that Rick would, bring her along.
And I think that was the hope that Michonne was putting forth
While
when
they
she
were in the
was
car.
when they were driving away, and Michonne was pleading to Rick to do something different or honor Carl's wishes, but Rick reverted. He read that letter to Negan, and he was like, he wanted peace, but I'm gonna kill you, and he just regressed. He had this, there was this hope when he walked away from the car and he was gonna read this letter. I thought he was gonna be like, all right, so I guess
Well, I don't know.
need
You
to-
can't really. You always have to kill Negan. Like, that's the end game of the season.
Right, that's both
I
of
don't
our
know.
end games.
I mean, I don't know, what else could it be, but I think Negan was right, though. I mean, there was a lot of points that he made. All these decisions. I think Negan was right, though, because he made all these points about all the decisions that Rick has made.
Right.
Ended up to, the death of Carl. I don't know what pulls him out of it, but he stays in there for a while.
I mean, he's an angel of death.
Uh-huh.
Just simply put.
Sure.
I mean, you can argue in this landscape, in this world, every single decision you make could lead to someone's death, even
Right.
if it's the right decision. You could make the most sanctimonious and selfless decision in your life to save a whole bunch of people, but it leads to the death of just someone close to you.
Right.
And you can't control these things in this apocalyptic world. And you said it. Negan was right, and he had a few good points, but you can argue that you can never really not take responsibility for anybody's death, especially when you're in the leadership role like Rick is. I think things are falling apart for the Saviors internally because of Simon and because of that loss of trust.
Yep.
You know, they had that like back and forth. He's like, "You got something to say?" He's like, It feels like Simon is losing trust in Negan, and I said it during the episode. He's no longer Negan,
Right.
and so
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's gonna make it at the end of the season.
he's not.
I think Negan's gonna find out eventually, and I think I don't even know her name. Why do I keep forgetting her name? She's gonna end up being part of Survivors. Like, I just feel like Rick and Michonne, they're gonna come to their senses or something and go back and get her, or they cross paths once again.
So what do you give this episode?
I would give this episode I was digging it. You know, the hamburger making with the junkyard people was a sight to see.
That was gross.
I'd give it a 4 out of 5.
I'd give it a 3.5.
A 3.5.
Yeah, we're gonna have to meet in the middle there, just because nothing really progressed in the episode.
How are we meeting in the middle? That's gonna be a 3.8.
3.75.
Let's just make it a 3 out of 5. That's fine with me.
Yeah, I guess so. A 3
Yeah,
out of
3 out of
5.
5.
I mean, nothing progressed for me in this episode except for the fact that Simon may have doubts following Negan.
Yeah.
And of course the Junkrats, suffered, but
It's a developing story. It's
Yeah.
a developing episode, so we'll just have to see. I just hope that Rick ends up kind of trying to fulfill Carl's wishes.
yeah, I think we all hope that.
We'll see.
Let us know in the comment section below what you thought of this episode of The Walking Dead. And
It was kind of a downer, now that I think about it. It was just kind of like
Yeah.
this slow-paced episode, so let's give it a 2 out of 5.
We'll stick to our guns on that one. It's going to be a 3 out of 5. So let us know in the comments below what you thought of the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos from us, and we'll see you guys next week.